Phytomatrix. It's the most famous class of nutrients that we are used to. There was always, I don't even know where I heard this word for the first time. It was just something that I was educated from the start, and that is a multivitamin. All right, so why do we need it? The thing is, once again, it comes back to our modern diet. It comes back to the way we are farming. We aren't eating fruits and vegetables from the vine anymore. Now, although we don't get like nutrients in it, we also are being deficient from a lot of vitamins and minerals, because the fruits are being picked. A simple analogy is we spoke to a farmer in one of our towns in Cape Town where they grow apples. And according to this farmer, this season's apples won't be in the shelf this season. This season's apples will only be in the shelf next season, up to 18 months later only. And the reason for that is they pick them and they make them to sleep in massive factories, because for them, they've got to create a way of supply and demand. If the market demands something, they've got to be able to supply it. Now, if the market demands apples and the trees doesn't supply apples, then the market supply chain is in a problem. And we as humans have stopped eating for essential and needs. We've started eating for want and what we want. And that is why the businesses today has focused on creating a way that supplies to us what we want instead of what we need. And because of that, our selection is challenged. Fruits and vegetables are being picked green, gas ripened. Nutrients are being deficient because the fruits and vegetables aren't in the ground and in the soil until it really needs to be there anymore. And obviously now the nutrient value has decreased. This has scientifically been listed and done by third-party organizations, showing us how peaches of the 50s has decreased by more than 10% up to where we are today. So do we need multivitamin? I personally believe yes, we all do. Now, what makes Mannatech different? The most important thing to understand here is that most of the multivitamins you're going to find on the shelf today is synthetic. I didn't understand this when I got started with Mannatech. I personally walked into the first place where I could find a multivitamin and buy the cheapest one, because why buy the most expensive one? It's just a brand, or it's been imported or manufactured in a different country. And until I really got educated. So the major difference with Mannatech is that our Phytomatrix is a plant-based nutrient. It is the way they manufacture it is through fruits and vegetables being freeze-dried. That nutrients is being placed in hydroponical base systems where they grow a plant called Indian mustard sprout. You can read up all about most of these things, and they call them Earth's magnet. And what these plants does, it actually absorbs all the nutrients out of the water, and we freeze dry those leaves and we use that within our Phytomatrix. And why do we do this? Because nutrients and vitamins and minerals you want from a plant-based source, not from a synthetic-based source. The reason why we don't is because synthetics only absorb maximum up to about 7%. So 93% of vitamins and minerals that you're going to consume is going to end up flushing through your body, probably causing kidney and liver damage, because your body doesn't know what to do with a man-made vitamin and mineral. If it comes through the normal route where fruits and vegetables comes from plants, absorbed out of the nutrients absorbed out of the soil, then your body has the enzymes and the digestive probiotics to break down and absorb the nutrients so that your body can utilize it. The one thing that really stands out for me about Phytomatrix, and this is the thing that really got me excited, is something called phytochemicals. Now, phytochemicals is something that you can't synthesize. You can't make it by man. It's something that phyto means plant, or go and Google the words. And phytochemicals is something that a plant manufactures and produce within itself. It's not something a human can make. And that is the one thing that stood out for me when I saw our Phytomatrix, is that It's got phytochemicals. It doesn't just have a vitamin and a mineral. It actually has the thing that make both these two things work better and absorb better. So if you really want to understand the absorption of vitamins better, go and look into phytochemicals. That is one of the things that most highly educated nutritionists will tell you is that's what you want to go for. For what do you need it? Well, every single thing in your body needs the building blocks of vitamins and minerals. The reason why most people are getting a disease or a health challenge is because they're deficient of something. If you use something like scurvy, or in Afrikaans skeerbuik, it was something that was common on the sailors back in the years and years ago when sailing was still just getting started. And a lot of people died of a very simple disease called scurvy. And after long research, they realized that scurvy is a vitamin C deficiency. And basically what they started doing is they started sucking on dried lime because they couldn't have fresh ones on the ocean, and scurvy disappeared. I don't even know people that even get scurvy these days anymore. And since then, vitamin C has become a major vitamin within the vitamin and mineral class. And that's how simple it is. And if you go and look at most diseases today, most diseases is caused by deficiency of some sort of nutrient within the body. And the moment you replace those nutrients, the health challenge starts reversing. That's simply how it works. If you feed the body what it needs, the body can correct itself and help itself back into optimal health. So that's why you need a multivitamin.